Hello friends, welcome to the higher module on institutional management for entrepreneurship. This is the last unit, unit number 8 on management of business enterprises. This is part 1 of the unit number 8 and this part 1 the video is on the functions of management. The contents of my presentation, there is a brief introduction and then we shall discuss the 4 major functions of management, that is planning, organizing, leading and controlling. See, once you have set up your business venture, it becomes important to manage it professionally, and that is where the concepts of small enterprise management come into the play. A small firm owner must normally assume a wider responsibility for the management control than the head of a particular division of a very large firm. Because of the difference in total responsibility, we can say that more ability is needed to be a manager of a substantial small firm than specialized manager of a very large firm. With so many areas to control, it is obvious that the responsibilities upon the small firm owner are most significant and time consuming, and therefore, effective managerial control is essential. It is worth noting that today's managers must manage a continuously changing business environment. Coping with a continuously changing business environment can only be accomplished if the organization is goal directed. Only after an organization's goals have been identified, proper plans and the procedures can be designed which will facilitate the accomplishment of these goals. In management, early detection of adverse developments provide speedy correction of them and thus involve a minimum loss of efficiency. And finally, all persons can be successful managers if they know how to manage, particularly if they know their goals and the objectives. Now, let us discuss the different functions of management. First is the planning. It is basically a process of thinking ahead regarding the product, processes, inputs and the resources which are needed for achieving the objectives. It is basically designing an action plan for implementation so that the system's objectives can be achieved. It includes number 1, forecasting, that is estimating and predicting the future conditions and the events. Number 2, developing objectives, that is determining the results to be accomplished. Number 3, strategies, that is delineating the action steps necessary to achieve the desired results. Number 4, job allocation, that is assigning functions to the human resources and machines. And finally, number 5, determining the resources like human resources, materials and finances required to carry out action steps and achieve the objectives. The second function is the organizing. Organizing is defined as the process of developing physical resources, information resources and human resources to carry out the functions required for setting up and running a business venture. It includes number 1, developing organizational structure, that is identifying the work activities that must be performed and arranging them in logical groups. Number 2, job roles, that is assigning and identifying the work each employee must do. Number 3, developing relationships, that is establishing necessary conditions to work cooperatively and harmoniously together. The third function is leading. This means guiding the individuals, teams and the subsystems to do their job roles, and implementing schemes, programs and projects in the most efficient way possible. It includes number 1 motivation, that is inspiring, encouraging and impelling people to act individually and as teams and subsystems. Number 2 communication, that is creating understanding among people involved and passing information to them. And number 3 decision making, that is arriving at conclusions and judgments necessary for people to act. The fourth and the last major function is controlling. So, finally, it is necessary to check that the work is being done properly and the desired results are achieved, and if not, to rectify the matters. So, the controlling function basically includes number 1 developing performance standards, that is establishing the criteria against which the results of the individual, team and subsystems levels are to be judged. Secondly, measuring the performance, that is recording what has been done, then determining how well the work was done and the results achieved by comparing them with the standards and reporting to the concerned authorities. Number 3 feedback, that is giving feedback to the employee, and number 4 is the modifications and improvements, that is rectifying mistakes and improving the performance. So, that is all in this very short video, and we shall discuss more regarding this unit in the succeeding videos. Thank you so much.